Welcome back to Wake Up America. I'm Allison Maloney. Well, everyday Americans are feeling the effects of government decisions on food and energy. Supply issues have been made even more difficult for families to get baby formula and cooking oil. But are these drastic changes in cost and supply issues the main focus of this administration and others? Our next guest is bringing these issues to a head in the upcoming Nebraska governor race. Joining us now is sixth-generation U.S. rancher, member of Trump Agricultural Advisory Committee, and Nebraska Lieutenant Governor candidate Trent Loos. Sir, welcome to Wake Up America.
Thank you, Allison. I appreciate that. And I saw that y'all got ready for me because your cups have an N on them. I'm sure that stands for Nebraska, right?
Absolutely. Rob's got his right next to me. So, sir, you're running alongside.
I see that.
Yeah, you're running alongside Republican gubernatorial candidate Teresa Thibodeau. What are the issues that are most important to Nebraska voters? I'm going to guess it's the cost of everything and less in their paycheck.
Well, I'm going to just put it in a little summary. We need a mama bear in the state of Nebraska because the state of Nebraska is the breadbasket of the United States. I did catch your conversation about the Ukraine and about Russia. And, that is one of the great food resource producing nations of the world. But in the United States, we've had restrictions placed on us by the federal government. We continue to see 30 by 30 enacted by the Biden administration on January the 27th, which attacks food and fuel. And I just want to remind people that food is directly tied to the fuel implication because 1 gallon of diesel fuel replaces 500 man-hours of food labor production. And so as you double the cost of fuel, and diesel fuel today costs twice as much as it did on January the 27th, when Biden signed Executive Order 18004, we've seen a doubling of fuel prices, some rationing of fuel prices. That all has a direct implication in food production as well. And really what we're doing is we're looking at a summary that if we could grow food like they grow government, we'd never have another hungry person in the world. So the moral of the story is we want Nebraska to continue to be the breadbasket of the United States and have the ability for farmers and ranchers to take care of their land as they see fit instead of the cumbersome restrictions through Endangered Species Act, Environmental Protection Agency with the WOTUS rule, and what's coming down the pike with 30 by 30. That's in a nutshell what we see going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Sir, we just talked about how much it costs to fill up the tanks, go to grocery stores. Do you think that the administration is taking this seriously?
The administration is actually orchestrating a trial run to see how far they can take us down the path of removing fossil fuels from our everyday life. Truth of the matter is that we have this resource. This resource has enabled a better life. And then they want to put it in the context of demonizing carbon dioxide because carbon dioxide is contributing to climate change. There's no doubt climate changes. It always will change. Carbon dioxide represents 0.04% of the Earth's atmosphere. It's documented that as we slightly increase that by 100%, we increase plant production growth. More plants feed more animals, feed more people, more plants equates to a healthier planet and a healthier human being. And we're demonizing carbon dioxide and now putting initiatives in place to taking this carbon dioxide and burying it in western North Dakota, a mile deep in the soil. And nobody is really talking about what's the long-term ramifications if we take plant food and bury it in the soil. It looks to me like, and at the same time, Allison, we have through the CRP program, Conservation Reserve Program, aggressively seeking to enroll more acres, to remove more acres of farmland from food production at the same time that Biden will have a press conference and talk about we're coming upon times of food scarcity. Well, of course we are, because we've grown government. Means it's time for the people to stand up and say, we're going to take this country back, and we're going to start at the county level, and we're going to start at the state level, and we're going to tell the federal government that we are the United States of America, and the 10th Amendment and the Constitution actually means something.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I believe you will stand up, and so will many folks in Nebraska. Thank you so much for joining us, Trent Loos. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Just want to remind everybody, vote on May the 10th. It's your constitutional right.
Absolutely.
In Nebraska. Don't vote in Nebraska if you're from Missouri.
No,
just saying.
Just in Nebraska. All right. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you after then. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.